Hi, so in this video we're going to take another look at functions in Python, but also in this case look at how they handle variables. So there's a couple of tricks you just need to be aware of. Now we'll just start with the function we had last time, which just said hello, and you can see here we have a function called sayHello that's been set up and it's defined. Here's one line where we print the word hello, and down here in our main routine we are calling that function. What we're going to do instead is we're going to make this function now ask for a name. So I'm going to change the name of the function to askName. I'm going to call that down the bottom here. And what we're going to do instead now, instead of printing out in the function, we're just going to say name equals input. What is your name? Okay. Now what you're seeing here is a variable is set up inside a function. Now by default that will be local to that function. What that means is it cannot be accessed by the main routine and it cannot be accessed by any other function. So say for example here I then decide that I'm going to print the words hello followed by the name that the user enters. Alright, so our program right now should run the function askName, which will ask the user for their name, and it will try to print hello followed by that name. But we should run into a problem here. So I say what's my name, and there's our error, and you can see it's saying that name is not defined, and that's because name has been defined locally inside this function. So this function can use it, and I'll show you how that works. If I just move that line of print code into there, now it is using a variable inside the same function, so it should work. There we go. And it works without a problem. So it's actually picking up the value I'm entering, assigning it to the variable name and using it. And that again works because this variable is local to this function. Now if you did want to have a situation where you want a variable to be accessible to the rest of the program, so I'll just move this print back out into the main routine, what you can do is before you set up that variable is you can declare it as being global. So here we are, name is going to be a global variable. So this time when I run it, say my name, oops, just the once, and it works. Okay, and that's because by declaring it as being global, it is now accessible by the main routine and any other functions. And one last thing I guess to be aware of as well is that if you set up a function in the main routine, by default it is global. So again, I'll take, this time I'll move the input and I'm going to put it into the main routine as the first thing that happens, and I'm going to make the print now part of the function. So this time the first thing that's going to happen is the program is going to ask for the name and then it will run the function. Now because the variable name is being set up in the main routine, it is by default global. So now when I run this I can say my name and it still works without error. Alright, so that's just a quick intro into functions and how they handle variables.